It is do or die, cutthroat rugby with a shake of Don't Come Monday. That means only one thing. It is semi-final time between the top of the table Hurricanes and the 4th place Chiefs. In this mouth-watering prospect, they would be fit for a final. Hello everyone and welcome on to Cornflakes Group, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the Nathan Nicholls Be A Pro Series, where we are just 2 matches away from going back-to-back in Super Rugby with the Hurricanes. What we have up against us though is a formidable task that will prove to be possibly tougher than the final will be next week, shall we make it. But today is where the focus is, and there's no change from the last match in the round robin against Crusaders, where we performed very, very well with Kitso at fly half. The most recent name in this team, an injury to Beauden Barrett, sees him out for the rest of the season. As always, all responsibility falls to Nathan Nicholls at fullback, who had an absolute crusher of a game against the Crusaders. Picked up 5 tries, I think it was, and all the plaudits you could wish for. Can he back it up today, though, in a team that has continued to push the Hurricanes? That's right, it is the Chiefs. And if we look through history, we can see that in round 17, there was 2 points between these two sides. And in round 6, there was just 3 points between the two sides. So 14-12 in round 17 and 25-22 in round number 6. Their team looks pretty much the same as last time, and they've got a lot of names in there that you'd recognise from years gone by as well. Their bench is star-studded if they want to use it, but most notably it's a solid mobile pack with some real talent out wide. They've kept the likes of McNichol, Horrell out in their back line. It's led by Sopawanga moving from the Highlanders, and it looks deadly, although names on paper doesn't make it look that way, but they definitely know how to put the ball over the line. Which of these two sides will go on to the final, where they'll meet either the Bulls or the Crusaders in the big one for 2019? Well, as history tells us, 2019, a Rugby World Cup year, doesn't always mean success for the nation's side, but that will not mean that the Hurricanes would not love to go back-to-back. That's what Nicholls wants, and he hopefully may be heading back to England, where he will be participating in the Rugby World Cup in Japan as kickoff in the semi-final is underway. Of course, that is the big focus here for today, as the Chiefs look to use their backline early width on the ball, and they've lost it. Straight away knocked on and straight away turned over as well, as they go wide to Nicholls, who nearly would have been away had there not been an earlier knock on from Lema Sopawanga. Look how easily they turned, don't quite see it, but they turned over the ball from Cuthbert in a flash. Which we need to sort this stuff out here. We need to be all in the right places. 3-2-3, high ruck commitment, and of course, inside their half, we need to be in the line. And it's our feed, and at the back it is there for Va'a. He's gone away to Kitso, who almost makes the line break, gets rid of one. Here's a pick and go from Va'a, terrible one on Va'a! Oh no! Va'a's gone down! This could be huge if the Hurricanes make the final. Who will take his place now though? It is Barrett! Barrett was out for weeks, that can't be right. He was definitely out for weeks. He's back! He's back! Beauden Barrett's back! He was supposed to be out for the season, but he's defied all logic, and he's back to play scrum half. I'm sure Barrett was out for like 8 weeks. He has done the unthinkable. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Beauden Barrett will slot in at 9. He passes to Kitso. Kitso takes on the line once more. Nowhere going near Barrett. Oh, the miracle man. Well, we've seen the holo with his leaves. Now we've seen Barrett with whatever the hell he used. A terrible ball from Nicholls has been turned over in possession to the Chiefs. But it could come straight back. Oh, it does. Well played. Nicholls want to make up for that error. And, oh, are you serious? 5 for feet, and now of a shoulder injury. It is Hospital Central, and Blake Thompson comes on in the second row. What on earth is happening out there? The Chiefs playing one style of rugby that if you can't beat them, you injure him, and then you hope you can beat them after that. This is unheard of, unprecedented by the Chiefs and the Hurricanes. 2 injuries already, and we're only 9 minutes in the game. Oh, and a big shove from the Chiefs as well. Will turn the ball to their side. Carpet goes to Sopoaga, takes him on and flicks it round behind him. This is a great start for the Chiefs. They've taken out VAR and they've taken out Fafita. They're not two sensational players that'll change the game, but they are 2 starters. But they would have been shocked to see Bowden Barrett come on. I have to check that news announcement because I'm sure he was out for the season. Wow, what a tackle! An absolute dumper by the Canes at defence. Now the Chiefs, well, they are getting absolutely smashed here by the Hurricanes defence. Turnover ball, and Barrett goes wide to Cuthbert. Slips it away, Nicholls. Nicholls puts it through. A little gobber. Out wide for the try. It's there. Oh, because of Nicholls finding the ball, thread it through, and the perfect finish for the Hurricanes. It is Alex Cuthbert. Cuffy's in the money. Big ball is what looked like Cuthbert. No, it wasn't. A little grubber through, wiped out by the fullback, and in the battle of the wingers, Alex Cuthbert does the job. Who was that? Was that the number? No, it looked surely like 13. Vince Arceau, he put the ball around to Nicholls, and the finish from Cuthbert was nothing short of sublime. Wow, who saw that coming? 2 injuries, a complete shake-up of this team. And somehow they come away a few minutes later with the opening try. Here is the man who assisted it, Nathan Nicholls, on this far right-hand side. Makes no mistake of that. Over it goes. Converted try, Hurricanes 7-0. They've got the lead. And they're up over this very good Chiefs side. Well, if they learned anything last time these 2 sides met, the Hurricanes, is that you've got to take every single little chance that you can get your hands on. They've done it, so far, but that is a terrible one to let go. And they need some buddies in there quickly. This one needs to be smashed downfield, and Bowden Barrett obliges too. It is great having him back on the field. Doesn't matter where he's playing, at 9, 10 or otherwise. He is just such a good player. Turnover, come on. Gotta be a turnover. It's gotta come back. It does. It's there for Barrett. He's missed out. Oh, that's a great ball from Carr. Just about got the acceleration of Nicholls through a gap. There's a little pick and go as the Canes continue to attack. This time it's Renton, and that time it's a turnover. Quick feet up and over the ball for the Chiefs. And they have a very dangerous back row as well. Can't give them too much room. You can't give them much room out here like this either. The dummy! And he sells Nicholls away! Nicholls is coming back for another go! And he puts him down. That was just about the big mistake. Just what the Chiefs needed as well. They're having another go. This slice through. Nicholls commits the man, but he gets the offload away. And Bowden Barrett cuts him down. Turnover ball. And here comes Alex Cuthbert. Could he do something? No. If he could have got that ball away to Nicholls, it could have gone coast to coast. It could have been a complete turnaround. How remarkable this game has been. Should be Chiefs on the board, but Nicholls has done some fantastic work to keep them in the lead. Sopoaga doing some great work. There's some room in here. The loose head prop. That one's knocked on, and that'll be the relief that the Hurricanes need. Well, history has taught us one thing this season, that this Chiefs side is good. There's a reason why they finished second in New Zealand and 4th overall. It's because they're a damn good team, and they're proving it for the 3rd time this season against the defending champions. Bowden Barrett feeds the ball. Thompson's in that pack now, of course, no Fafita, no Va'a. Who's going to play in the final should we make it? That'll be the interesting thing. Kitto runs hard the line. There's a massive pass out wide. And an isolated player. But Nicholls quickly jumps in. Barrett go left. Quick cut, Bodie. Should have gone left, Bodie. We could have had room. Now Nicholls is on the ball. Looks, oh, he steps around. Now he's in place. He could go all the way. He will. Too fast for the fullback. And the Chiefs have made two vital errors. And it's cost them 2 tries. One missed tackle. And Nicholls flies to the line. His first of the match. And boy, he looks hot. He looks sharp as a needle. You don't get to see it. But once he cut that line, it was a foot race there between winger and fullback. Neither could close the gap. And you've got to say, McNichol coming across was the only one that had anywhere near the speed to shut this down. He covered a lot of ground, McNichol. There's nothing on the other left side that they could even think about. That is a big try. It was a tough match against Crusaders in the last round-robin game. Had a week off since then, the Hurricanes. And they've obviously studied well because this Chiefs team pushed them both times regular season. The Crusaders pushed them as well, but they put them away with relative ease. This one, worthy of being the final. We mentioned that at the start with the way these sides have met before. The Bulls and the Crusaders both had big scores put on them through the regular season. If the Hurricanes make it, they will be at home, and it could be a high-scoring final. But if anyone's going to stop them, it'll be this Chiefs team, and they should be up with some points in the bank. Here's Barrett. Nicholls has dropped it. He has dropped it cold, and that is the second big mistake from him in consecutive weeks. You expect him to pull those in. Now the Chiefs find width on the ball. They go out wide, 2 men on 1, but Skozan reads it like a book. And he deposits Horrell into touch. And he just really took that 2-on-1 situation with absolute ease. Too easy for him. Here's Dane Coles. What's he going to look for? He does. Fatilofa in the middle. He's the go-to man. The ball has got width, but it finds a stop in midfield. Chiefs quickly over the ball. Nicholls waits for Skozan. He got missed out. Now he's got it. Looking to speed. Oh, he gets to speed perfectly. Pass out wide. And it's there again for Lamape. Oh, he's just gone into touch. Just into touch. Was it Arso? I think it might have been Arso. That could have been a really big finish there. Line out, stolen in the middle. Fatilofa's having a steaming game. Big pass wide for Nicholls. He is all by himself, and he has been smashed. Oh, and a yellow card. Instantly dished out by the referee. And that is 10 minutes that could decide who will be in the final. And the Hurricanes, of course, captain is Nicholls. He goes straight up, and you just never know with him. A normal goal kicker, you know, if he's going near the ball, he's going to take a shot. But Nicholls is the sort of player that will just pick it up and tap. He's decided to go for safety. It is all about making the grand final, and that kick is good. It has gone over with plenty to spare right on the stroke of half-time. That is a vital 3 points. And the Hurricanes go to the sheds up 17-0 over this very good Chiefs outfit. They have dominated everywhere. Scoreline, possession, territory, line breaks, you name it. They have dominated this first half. The Chiefs have had nothing. 2 early chances that Nicholls both put a halt to thanks to his extreme speed, but should have been tries to the Chiefs. The tackle count pretty much dead even despite the difference in possession. But there is only one team in control of this one. That is the Hurricanes. A try to Cuthbert and Nicholls, plus the conversions and a penalty goal, leaves them 17-0, and the Chiefs requiring 3 converted tries to get back into the lead. 2 converted, 1 unconverted will still do it for them, but a lot of work nevertheless. Back to halfway. Come the Chiefs. Carpick on the ball. He'll kick off the second half. 17-0. Nicholls takes the ball in. Offloads well. Beautifully as well to Mitchell. He is, remember, the grand final hero. Stolen by the Chiefs. This could change the game. They've got a man back on the field. Remember, he didn't spend long off. There's ever time to get a yellow. It's just before half-time. Chiefs are dangerous. Look how quickly they change direction and attack. Put down. Is this another one? It's another injury. Lema Sopoaga clutching the knee. If either of these teams get to the final, they're going to have to really pull out the hospital ward. Piers Francis, another who has moved to the Chiefs. This one from the Blues. And this is just unbelievable here. What we are seeing today, 3 injured players. And they are 3 star injured players as well. Fafita, Va'a, and now Sopoaga. As the Chiefs look to put some points on the board. Barrett makes a try-saver. And that loose head prop of the Chiefs is really getting him behind the defence. Nicholls, hard to read what they're going to do here, the Chiefs. They turn it back in. They could do it here. They've got plenty of numbers. Oh, mistake, mistake, mistake. That is the big difference here. The Chiefs are not taking their chances. Spider way to Oso. He busts through one. It's still alive. It's still open. The ball is dropped. Nicholls doesn't quite get it. And it's dived on the loose ball from Allardyce.
Crouch.
This one is getting intense now as the Chiefs threaten to score. Nicholls is waiting well back. Was over the dead ball line. Bowden Barrett feeds. The scrum has been 50-50 between these two sides. Barrett, left side Kitto. Again strikes at the line, one man up. Barrett hits the ruck. They go to the right, and that's a big tackle there on Fatty Lofa. Nicholls wouldn't mind the ball here. He does get it eventually, and he's dropped it! He's failed handing errors. That is not like Nicholls. He's going to have another go, though. Kitto does give it back to Nicholls. This time he gets his kick away. A spiral punt away from everyone. And it's dribbling its way over halfway. The Chiefs are going to launch a counter-attack. Oh, bulldozing run. Gets through one defender, but takes a hack back at the second. Hurricanes with numbers there. Nicholls has failed handing errors though. A big surprise. The win is really what matters here. Here's a big chance. Nicholls commits. Gets up. Turnover ball. Nicholls does it for the Hurricanes. And he is a heartbreaker for the Chiefs. Renton, got to be careful there. That was Davis in fact. He shied at that little look round the blind side. Had to have a go, Davis. Foot in touch though. The Chiefs win it at the front. Through the middle, Carpet find lots of room. He did offload though. Probably should have hung on to that ball. Chiefs could lose it here. They could lose it, and they do. The Hurricanes steal it back. Here comes Bowden Barrett. Always a dangerous sight for the Chiefs. Fatilofa, dummies, gets it to Nicholls, spots a hole. Nicholls is through the hole, looking to dummy. He steps, he goes through. The defender's out, but Carpick cannot keep up. And that is the final nail in the Chiefs' coffin. It's a Nathan Nicholls double that makes it 22-0. Watch this from Fatilofa. He couldn't spot a gap. Nicholls did, and bang! He accelerates through it like lightning. That's why the tattoos are there. The step is so fast. The acceleration is what did it here. Bang! You see him eye the gap, and it was just straight through. Lined up the fullback perfectly to get the step off the right foot. And there was no chance for a comeback there. Sensational work from the Hurricanes. And Fatialofa look up and say, there's the man who's going to make this game change. 58 gone. There looks to be no way back here for the Chiefs. They've really choked under the pressure of Super Rugby semi-finals. Nicholls has been there, he's done that, he's won tournaments, he's won trophies. And he knows how to win these big games. It was an ominous sign when he put 5 away against the Crusaders. The Chiefs, they played the extra game as well. They played their preliminary final. And it's really coming to haunt them now as Cuthbert. He's stolen it back for the Hurricanes. They come wide. Fadilofa goes outside. Nicholls gets it. He didn't really want it. Oh, the speed! He leaves him for dust. The fullback, he was unawares. And Nicholls lines up. Oh! For a big shot, but he still lines up the hat-trick. And he gets an absolute thumper from McNichol, but he holds on to the ball. Nicholls gets 3. Look at this, the confidence from his teammates. And the Chiefs fullback was skinned before he knew he had the ball. Big tackle, McNichol. You got to credit him, he's always the first one there. But you've also got to credit Chris Eves. The second he got that ball and Nicholls was on his shoulder, he said, get rid of it. He gives it straight to Nathan, who does the rest. What a show of speed. Impossibly hard to keep up with. Fullback for the Chiefs has been a job no one would want here tonight. He's had an absolute horror show at the back. Nicholls has outpaced him, he's outstepped him, he's outsmarted him in all areas of play. So at 31-0, this is the ultimate shine from the Hurricanes that they are ready for grand final rugby. Chance for another ruck turnover here by Nicholls. He gets it as well, and he's chopped down in a great tackle. Ball's there for Davis, goes to Cuthbert. Nicholls still has quarter of an hour. He's still got to make one more tackle, and he'll want to get that up as well because, oh, he's made some more room here. This fullback is in for another horror show. He has been left for dust, and he even takes on the other winger and leaves him for dust as well. What can't he do? Nathan Nicholls. 36-0. This is becoming a bit of an insult now to the Chiefs. I think they've lost their marbles here completely, the Chiefs. They were right in this game, but as it's worn on, the Hurricanes have really put them to the sword. And this is one hell of a sign to show too. The Bulls and the Crusaders will be watching this, and they will be scared. They've shown frailties throughout the season, the Hurricanes, but they've put them well and truly to bed here in these last 2 weeks. Emphatic displays against notably the Crusaders last week. That was the real one that made everyone go, maybe these guys are good enough for the back-to-back. But tonight, well, you can't argue with this result. You can say the other teams are a bit weak, but this Chiefs side, they are superb. And you can't argue with how well they've been put away. They were put down slowly but surely. They had to work the Hurricanes, and look at Nicholls go. Another ruck turnover. This is unheard of from the Hurricanes.
Release.
Nicholls has 2. He can guarantee it won't be in him as objectives. Here's another chance, Nicholls. He shrinks out of 1. Get taken down on the second attempt. Here's Kitto. Do a little bit of kicking. Kitto, is that good? It just bounced inside the field of play. Oh, he's put a foot in touch. It goes from bad to worse for the Chiefs. He can't do anything right tonight at the back. A line out for the Hurricanes. Nicholls goes to the front, and it is Thompson. Replacement on the field. There's a bit of a hole there for Nathan. They go short side though. It's not a bad little dabble. Bowden Barrett, he's quick enough to make them pay. Another charging run. Oh, they're in behind. And the knock on lets them free. What have the Chiefs got now? They've got a long way to go. Nicholls on the line. That is a punishing hit. Chiefs hang on to the ball. Barrett waits. Chiefs come wide, but the referee deems that there was no advantage in that for the Chiefs, and they'll pull it back for the scrum.
Bind.
Inside their own 22. 5 minutes to go. Nicholls, well, he'll stay on the line. We'll get that ruck commitment up. That's what we want to do. We've got, by the time the scrum comes out, probably 4 minutes to play. It's a very short back line for the Chiefs. Now it spreads. It's a 1-1 up there from Piers Francis. Just inside the 22. Another little run. They create space and room out wide. They don't run away though. The defence covers very quickly for the Hurricanes. Nicholls unrequired. Oh, driving tackle.
Yes.
That is sure to put them on the back foot. Bona Barrett's got it. It is a turnover. It is the Hurricanes on attack. They are just 20 metres out. Nicholls has lost the ball. Here come the Chiefs. They've come wide and they've got about 5-on-1. And it's a long way to go to the try line. Oh, they butcher it. They butcher it in the ultimate circumstances. And the Hurricanes just run it into touch. And it's all over. What a finish. That shows just what this game has been about. Hurricanes defence just too good. Sco's out on the left. He had 5 black Chiefs jerseys running at him. Yet he shut it down, turned it over, and just rolled into touch. The Chiefs end, well, with great hope. They come into this game with just 5 points separating these two sides after 2 games this season. They have fallen well short of expectation, going down 38-0. No one would have predicted this game to be that one-sided. 5 tries to zip. Nothing at all for the Chiefs. Nicholls with 4, Cuthbert with just 1. 2 in the first half going to Cuthbert and 1 to Nicholls. He converted all 5 of the tries, but it was that penalty goal right before halftime that was the show of respect that could have lifted the Chiefs, saying that, you know, the Hurricanes, they know we're good enough, but they did not pull it out in the second half as 3 more tries were scored to just blow the Chiefs away. Well, possession got a lot worse for the Chiefs, didn't it, in the second half? They were pretty much dead even at half-time, but 68-32 tells a much different story at full-time. Territory, they did go with the Chiefs, but they were good enough to play it out from every position. With the confidence and the scoreline to go with it, there was very little stopping them. That is something that did run out in the second half as well. Those 3 injuries inside 10 minutes was just absurd. Thankfully, we see no more in the second half. 9 line breaks to 4. The Chiefs converting nothing from their chances. They had 2 huge chances in the first half that really could have changed the game, but the Hurricanes completely shut them out. A semi-final conceding 0. That is world class, and that puts these guys well and truly favourites to go back to back. Nicholls is fit. There's a couple of injury concerns. Barrett is back, which was shock of the century. But how did Nicholls go today? 4 tries, 5 conversions, 5 line breaks, 6 tackles, 1 penalty, won 2 contests, but did make a number of handing errors. 3 all up, but 1 was a bad pass. Still 2 out-and-out mistakes from Nathan Nicholls. Not his best day with his hands, but you cannot argue with 4 tries from 5 line breaks. A great display, and I expect plenty of green and a match rating right up there. So amazingly, 2 reds. Normally there's always a white or something, but today it is 2 reds, but nothing has gone down, so that's alright. Handing errors, we had to make less than 2, we made exactly 2, and of course offloads. Well, I mean, when do we ever get any offloads? Very, very rarely. I mean, if they swap offloads with ruck turnovers, we would have been in the money. We had to make 2 line breaks, we made 5 easy, didn't concede a penalty, and made 6 tackles, required 5. Overall, our stats, 0.1 on speed and acceleration. Aggression goes up 0.3, 0.1 on breaking tackle, 0.7 on tackling, and on offloading, 0.4 coming up on passing. There's 0.6 on catching, 0.3 on strength, mental gets 0.9, and discipline 0.5. So slow increases here for our stats, definitely. Still though, 100 rated and looking to finish off highly. Depending on what sort of off-season internationally we have, we could get a few more up before next season, where we will maybe playing for a different club. Overall, a 9.57. Would have been nice to get another 10, but I mean, it's very difficult to get that max score. 3 points for the tries, of course. What let us down possibly was the handing errors. Would have got us up to a 0.7 average-ish, which wouldn't be too bad, but overall, a decent game from Nicholls. 9.5, you cannot argue with that. So we've got a bit going on here, a bit of player drafting for some reason, but there's still a grand final to play. Who will we be meeting, the Bulls or the Crusaders? That is the question. The answer, surely, just moments away. I don't know why we've got player drafting, because we've still got a grand final to go. Should be signing any contracts just yet. So that is the big worry. There is the other semi-final. It is the Bulls over the Crusaders. So the Bulls will be travelling to Wellington to face the Hurricanes. That's a disappointment. I mean, New Zealand went into there with 3 teams in the semis. Only one made it to the final. So Crusaders' valiant season comes to a close. The Bulls, though, you got to say, 1 and 2 on the table overall. They are the finalists. Well, we've got a lot of news, don't we? But first, I want to see about Beauden Barrett as well. So let's check out the mail. We've got to find out what's going on. We are at home, Westpac Stadium, for the big one, grand final. So that's the first thing out of the way. What do we got? Oh, Raymond Rule has been selected for South Africa. That's all right. Several players have been injured. I don't like the look of that one. Following players being selected for New Zealand. Jono Kito has been selected for New Zealand. He's played 2 games for the Hurricanes, and now he's an All Black. Go figure. Cole's Fatty Loafer in there as well, and Vinny So makes it in there as well. So, interesting calls. No Barrett making it in there. And of course, they do go away after the final. So we do have those guys for the grand final. We will check that to be sure, but let's see what we got. Fafita's out for 12 weeks. Shoulder injury. Both of them shoulder injuries. Va'a is out for 16 weeks, so we will never play with those two again. Unless we rejoin the Hurricanes, of course. But what I want to know... Yeah, look, Beauden Barrett. The 7th of the 6th, which was about 3 weeks ago, he was out for 8 weeks. So he shouldn't be back. He shouldn't. That's 2 months. That's until, what are we looking? Oh, no, it's the month, the 6th. Yeah, 7th of the 6th month. He should have been out until about the 7th of the 8th. He's back within a month. What is going on? Let's have a look at the squad. Let's have a look at the squad. Marshall was in at scrum half for our next match. And Lloyd returns to the starting lineup. He was obviously there last season playing in number 4. So Lloyd is back. Marshall is back at scrum half. And what else we got? Vince So, Nicholls is still there. Where did Barrett come from? He was injured. He's still injured for 24 days. How did he play? There's no other Barretts in this team. I mean, how does this guy not get in the side? 83. I would have loved to see Ken Healy play. Unfortunately, we won't. Where has Barrett come from? That is a world-class bug right there. Raymond Rule's back into the reserves. We could get him back in the starting lineup, but that's all right. He's injured. I don't know how he played. That is quite remarkable. An injured Beauden Barrett has come into the team to play scrum half. That is just insane. How did that happen? I'm sure he was out for 8 weeks. How interesting. So we've got Marshall back in, Lloyd back in for the big dance. It is the grand final. The halves combination is interesting, but we all know it's going to come down to one man to do this job. Reserves bench looks pretty good as well. I mean, anyone they can bring on. Rule, Baldbring, remember he started the season at outside centre. He won't get another look in. Still got Ortini Black, Lambourne, Abuaso, Shields and Ellis. We have no front row reserves on our bench. A bit of a concern. We got 4 flankers, 2 wingers, a fly half and outside centre. Great makeup of the bench team, great makeup. But that is what we have to look forward to. The big one, the grand final. There it is. Westpac Stadium. Twice we've met this season, 28-5 and 42-0. It's hard to see this one going to go any other way than a Hurricanes win. But it is grand final rugby, and it is anyone's game to take. So let's wrap today's episode up by having a look at Nicholls. Whereas stats look at that, 99 times 3 along those first 4 stats. Speed, acceleration, aggression, all sitting on the 99, as well as kicking as well. So many up there. Mental 97. I thought mental was maxed. It's dropped. How has it dropped? How bizarre. I'm going to have to look back now and see what's happened with that. Because it was maxed last episode, I'm sure it was. It has dropped down 3. I wonder why. I wonder why. But there's a lot of stats close to maxing out. As always, wrap up here with a look at the teams with a bit of interest. But that is it for today's episode. Hope you've enjoyed this one. I'll see you all very, very soon for the big one, the grand final. And then it is, of course, the big decision, 2019. Possibly going to have to get called up for international duty. But it will be coming very soon after the grand final. What happens in 2020? That'll all be coming up very soon. So thank you all for tuning in for now. And until then, take care.